Once again, I welcome you to today's presentation, and I believe that it's going to be worth your time. You know, the more I think about it, the more I get excited about what we're doing here. They started as an idea, but now I'm beginning to realize the importance and how critical it is for everybody that will be here. So tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that it is time for us to have this discussion. And I'm very, very convinced that by the time we are done with this series, starting from today, many people will have been to understand what they are up to, where they should be in their career, and how to set themselves up. So in the next 60 seconds, I will wait for 6 seconds for people to join in, and then we'll proceed with our discussion. Thank you very much. All right. For everybody here, thank you once again for joining. Please, can you tell us in the comment where you are joining us from? Maybe your city, your town, and if you're outside Nigeria, just mention your city and the country you are joining us from. My name is Idowu Omisile. I am your host for today, and I will be taking the first lecture in our series on building your career in research and data analysis. Please, let's have your feedback in the comment section. Where are you joining us from? Can I get feedback? Are we here? All right. All right. Edwige, sorry, I'm not pronouncing the name well. It's Ed. Yeah. Please, can you help me pronounce? You can unmute and just guide me the pronunciation. I'm interested in getting the right pronunciation. Songong, sorry. Edwig, Washington, D.C., USA. Ekene Albert, joining from Benin City. Kintunde Oyedokun from Lagos, Nigeria. Chicago from Lagos, Nigeria. Oluwatosin Adebiyi from Osun State.
Sorry, my name is pronounced Edwige.
Edwige, that's German, right?
German or French?
German or French. Edwige. Please, what of your surname? How is it pronounced?
Songon.
Songon. Wow, interesting. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Itayo, thank you very much for joining us. All right, so without further ado, I will go ahead with my presentation. This is not meant to take a long time. So we have very short time for each of these presentations, so we'll not spend too much time on it. So if you are just joining us, please go ahead and tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll be glad to know and hear from you. Thank you. All right. So today we'll be having a discussion on understanding the broad spectrum of career in research and analysis, academia, industry, and beyond. But before I do that, let me first tell you about the organization that is bringing this to you. Our organization is called Project Partner Data Solutions. We are an international research consultancy, and our organization is the premier organization at the forefront of data analysis, research consultancy, training, and training services. That's our primary activities. Our vision is to be the leading data analysis and research consultancy firm in Africa, renowned for delivering quality, timely, and impactful research solutions. Our mission: to provide tailored research services that meet the evolving needs of our clients, delivering high quality and actionable insights while continuously training and developing future data professionals. You are the future data professionals, and that's why we are here having this discussion, right? Our services include quantitative and qualitative research, supporting organizations with insightful and actionable analysis, field data collection. We ensure accurate, reliable data to inform critical decisions. Professional training programs. We equip individuals with the knowledge and tools to excel in data-driven career, incorporating both virtual and in-person training. Then we have internship programs as well, where we create an immersive learning environment for interns to gain real-world experience in data analysis and research methodology. So before I proceed, let me quickly highlight about some of our upcoming trainings. I told you that we are committed to building the capacity of researchers. So we are currently having this seminar series that you can see, and it's going to run from today till April 2025, 3 months, where we'll be having weekly series every week, Sunday like this, 5 p.m. We'll be doing a recording. Actually, our goal is to record these things and push on our YouTube page. However, we feel like maybe 1 or 2 persons may love to ask our presenters questions. That's how we are throwing it open to allow you to join in. So only those that register their interest will be able to participate in the live sessions. Otherwise, you can as well watch the recordings on our YouTube channel. In the month of March, we have an advanced training in data analysis with SPSS. It costs 30,000 naira for undergraduate students that will verify their studentship. Otherwise, it's going to cost 60,000 naira for every other person. Then in the month of April, we have on-site and virtual trainings in data analysis with Atlas T. It costs 25,000 naira for undergraduates and 40,000 naira for others. It's holding April, August, and December 2025. You can see the dates there. Then we have a training in Microsoft Excel. It's actually holding this week, and it's a free training, a 3-day immersive training in data analysis with Microsoft Excel. So the registration link is there on the screen. You also get it in the WhatsApp chat for those that are registered on the WhatsApp chat. It's going to be a wonderful experience for you. Now, if you want to download our training brochure, just visit this link, bit.ly/PDS brochure. You see our training calendar for 2025. See all the trainings that we have, and you'll be able to get your hand on all of them. Right, thank you very much. So I'll go ahead to my presentation, understanding the broad spectrum of career in research and analysis, academia, industry, and beyond. So let me first give you an understanding. So I've been a data analyst since 20, that's been a long time. I started doing research consulting, maybe like working with researchers since 2008, but Project Partner Data Solutions started in 2014. And so we've been involved in a lot of field data collection, training, and things like that. So in today's, and now with COVID, the advent of COVID-19, the market exploded and a lot of people entered into the market to the field of analysis. Everybody said everything relies on data. Everything is, especially with the advent of AI, more and more people are interested in understanding what is data analysis, how can I find myself in it. Many people that are enthusiastic about the field have gone ahead to take trainings, but many are confused, like what is the way forward, what's the next thing for me to do. So that is why we are having this series. And in this series, we are going to be bringing in industry experts, people that have at least 10 years experience in this field, to come and talk to you, to enlighten you about what does it take to follow a particular pathway. What does it take to find yourself in this area, in the field of data analysis and research? Whether you are starting out or planning your next career move, understanding these pathways is essential to charting a successful course in this dynamic field, right? So, when you're talking about data analysis and research, there are three primary career pathways. We have the academia, industry, and alternative pathways. So I'll be talking to each of them one by one so that you can be able to know more about it and be able to have an understanding of where you can focus your energy. The academia, this is the foundation of research careers. The academia, you have people that work like lecturers, research fellows, principal investigators, or dean. Now, if you work in the academia, you get to progress through an academic what do we call this thing now? Academic career pathway, from maybe assistant lecturer, junior researcher, and things like that. So that's the pathway you get to follow as an academic. And then you can work as a lecturer in a university or higher institution. You can work with research think tanks and things like that. Then opportunities in the academia include opportunities to publish papers, lead research projects, or mentor the next generation, because you'll be turning them out year in, year out. What are the skills that you will need? You need critical thinking skill. You need understanding of advanced research methodology, understanding of data analysis, and academic writing. The advantages is you have intellectual freedom, you have access to research grants, and opportunities for collaboration. Yes, all these things exist as an academic. So if you want to practice research, you can work in the academic field. But what are the challenges? There's high competition for funding. There's extensive administrative duties apart from academic. Then there's a problem of publish or perish culture, right? So in the course of this training, we will feature some academic professionals who will talk to us about their career pathways in the academia. Industry-driven decision making. So you can be working in the industry where you engage in data-driven decision making. For instance, you may be a data analyst, business intelligence specialist, market research analyst, healthcare analyst, and more. So you work with using data to drive decision making in finance, healthcare, technology, and others. Right? Let me give you an example. For example, most of what people call data analysis today are industry specialists, like Google data analysts, those that work with NGOs, those that work with Ministry of Health, those that work with, say, WHO, USAID. All these people are data analysts, like the rest of other data analysts. However, they are more in the practical field rather than the theoretical field. So for you to work in this field, you need to know Excel, Power BI, Python, R, especially if you're in the quantitative field, or NVivo, Atlas, CMAS, QDA for qualitative research. You need strong communication skills for presenting findings to non-technical stakeholders. Whereas in academics, they present their work in journals and things like that. So, for instance, M&E professionals and all those stuff. So these are people that are in the industry. What are the advantages? You get competitive salary. Yes, they make a lot of money. You have hands-on experience with real-world data, and you have a clear career progression. But there are some challenges. They always work with tight deadlines. There's always the need to update your technical skill, and you have to manage large data sets under pressure. I can tell you for this for real, because I've seen a lot of them and we work with a lot of them. We'll be featuring industry professionals in the course of this series by the grace of God. Now, beyond the academia and industry, there are other alternative pathways that you can follow. Freelancing, where you offer expertise to organizations on a project basis. What are the benefits? There's flexibility, and you get to work on diverse projects. You can work with non-profit and developmental organizations, like I told you. You apply your research to solve social and developmental challenges, like UNICEF, UNESCO. For instance, these people have data analysts that work with them. Entrepreneurship, you can start your own research consultancy and data analytics firm, like Project Partner Data Solutions. So we are a consulting firm. Now, instead of being an individual, we have an organization. Then you can find yourself in emerging fields like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data. Even with this, you will need to choose, you will be featuring in any of these pathways that I have listed with you earlier, because this is where you can apply your skills, right? Project Partner is an example of a consulting agency, but we also feature people that work in this. In the course of this series, you meet people that work with private organizations, those that work in academia, those that work in, and those are entrepreneurs, those that do freelancing. You get to meet them, right? So other people that are in freelancing include those that work with as research assistants, enumerators, transcribers, data entry clerks, and things like that. Everybody are involved in the field of research. So the question is, how do you choose your pathway? How do you decide where you want to focus your effort? Number one, what are your interests and your skills and your long-term career goals? You will need to sit down and think, what do I like to do? It's most likely that if everybody always has a way in the field of research and analysis, it's just where you apply your skill to is what matters. Those that are studying English, they do research. They study use of words, they study phonetics, they study phonics, and some of these things like that. In the field of sports, they do analysis. A lot of analysis happens there, in fact, practically every field. So what are your interests and your skills? Number one, what are your long-term career goals? Those are the first factors to consider. Another question to reflect on: do I prefer to work in a structured environment, or do I like flexibility? Structured environment, maybe you work in, if you like work in a structured environment, then probably you should work with academia or in the industry. But if you like flexibility, industry will give you more flexibility because you get to engage in a lot of projects, or you can go freelancing. Then another question: are you more inclined towards theoretical research or practical applications? If you prefer theoretical research, then just go to academia, where you get to sit down and write on papers on topic, and you publish again and again. But if you prefer practical application of your knowledge, then I will advise you to go into the industry, get opportunity to apply, to practice a lot. Then you need to upskill. So what are the options for upskilling? Number one, you can go for certifications. For instance, I'm a certified Atlas T professional trainer and also a Master DA professional trainer. I applied for the certification, I did some processes, and I got certification. You can take online courses. For instance, Project Partner Data Solutions has a lot of courses that I've shown you, and you can see on our calendar. There is Google courses, there are courses on edX, LinkedIn courses. All these things are, many of them are free. And like I told you, we have a free Microsoft Excel course this very week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? Then you can take mentorship. So I actually want to emphasize on this mentorship. Most often, if you want your pathway to be faster as a data analyst, then you should be mentored. Join yourself with somebody who is already a professional in that field. Then you can volunteer to work with them, or you can work with them as a staff. Like I was in a business school yesterday, they say There are certain points in your life where you don't prioritize making money. You prioritize working, because if you prioritize money, you know you may not get to learn for free. But if you prioritize learning first, when you serve others, you build capacity for free, because they will give you opportunities, and these opportunities that can help you to accelerate your growth. My final words: career in research analysis offer diverse opportunities from academia to industry and beyond. You need to identify your strengths and interests, then start taking small steps, whether it's learning a new tool, networking, or applying for opportunities. So that is primarily what it will take for you to establish your field in analysis and research. Thank you very much for listening. Do I have any questions, please? Thank you. Questions? You can type it in the chat, or you can unmute and ask a question. I'll wait for 60 seconds. If I don't get any feedback, I will know that nobody has a question. Yeah, please ask your question. Go ahead.
Thank you for the presentation. When you were showing the skills for data analysis, like in industry, I realized that you didn't list like SQL, and I would like to know like if you, I don't know, how do I even say this? Like I was expecting to have SQL listed as all those skills, because what I know is that something like Atlas.ti and MaxQDA are mostly for people doing let's say they want to analyze qualitative data, something like that. I don't have a deep understanding of it, but I think I came across the two of them like when I was doing one of my degrees. So yeah, I would like to know why SQL is not listed there, or is it because you are referring to something very specific? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All what you saw in this list does not even cover 1/10 of all the analysis tools that exist. These ones are just examples of tools. So what will happen is you should identify the tools that are peculiar to the field of your interest. One of the simplest ways to get this thing is to look at any job description in that field. Just go on Indeed.com, go on any LinkedIn, look at any job description, look at least 5. They will always mention the specifications that people that are in that field should have. That will give you an idea of the skills that you should go and develop. I did not put Tableau here. I did not put there are a lot of them, but these are just a sample. This is not meant to be exhaustive. I had to put NVivo Atlas and MaxQDA because I want us to remember that everything is not all quantitative. So they are just representing the qualitative tools. Thank you. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Any other question, please?
I think someone have said
Please,
something
if your
in
hand
the
is
chat.
up, you can ask. Okay, let me check the chat, please. So, what is the question in the chat? I am someone who is interested in working as a research assistant for professionals in the construction industry. What advice do you have for me? I'd like to know the first step to take. Another person says, please, I'm into academic writing and data analysis, but I'm looking forward to transitioning to data science, but I don't really know how to go about it. All right, so let me start with the first person. Oluwatosin Adebi, your question. So if you want to transition into the construction industry, go and find out who are the people that are players in this field. When you find people that are players in this field, then align yourself with them, right? So that is one of the fastest ways to get yourself into the field of research in construction. So align yourself with them. Surprisingly, I'm not sure I know a lot of research organizations in the construction industry. Since all the time I've been working, I am not sure I know a lot of them. And you can go ahead and become a specialist in that field. You can become one of the few research people in the construction industry. The highest I know are people that are working in the academia that are into building, construction, architecture. Those people do research, right? So they do, but most of them, once they are done with school research, they go and be making money because there's a lot of money in their field. They don't have time to come and sit down and be doing research. Or maybe they are doing sensitivity and soil test, or one of these tests that they use to check whether something is working or not. But I'm not sure there are a lot of people that are into research in the construction industry, because if you are doing research, then we also talk about how does it convert into money in your account. Well. Or do you want to talk more about that, Oluwatosin Adebiyi?
Yes, sir. Actually,
Please.
the it's I just got the interest in being a research assistant for probably professional, a bit like professors rather in the construction industry. So, and I don't know the steps to take, the first thing to
Why
do, and all of,
why construction industry specifically?
because that's my niche. That's I'm currently studying quantity surveying in
Okay.
school. But I'm really enthusiastic about construction. That's why.
Okay. It's surprisingly rare. Since all the time I've been doing research, it's very. I'm not sure I've come across anybody doing research in construction industry outside of academics. Those that I've ever worked with as clients are those that are doing probably their MSc or their PhD. They want to analyze their data. Maybe Ministry of Environment, maybe doing research. For instance, you may find them. Maybe if you move them, put them in the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Works, they may know. They will have to work with consultants. But one of the fastest ways you can do is talk to any of your professors that you are interested in research in this field. They are going to point you in the way you should go. And remember, if one person does not give you an answer, don't vex. Go and meet somebody else. Don't stop till you get your answer. So I don't know if that one looks like an answer to your question.
Yes, sir, it is. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you. So another person is saying, I'm into academic writing and data analysis, but I'm looking forward to transitioning to data science, but I don't really know how to go about it. And this person should please chat me up directly on my WhatsApp. The admin will give you access to my WhatsApp. But generally, the answer to your question, let's go over what I said again. Number one, choose your path. You have mentioned what you want to do. You are interested in data science, so you can take certification online courses or mentorship. So what mentorship will do for you is that you will locate people that are already practicing in this field and line up with them. They can easily point you on the way to go. If you're like, okay, I'm doing data analysis. So what does data science involve? You'll be looking at something like, say, AI, machine learning, and big data. It may sound like a mystery, but surprisingly, many people are into it. Many people practice in that field. But I'm not sure it's very common in Nigeria, except for even places like banks that have to manage a lot of big data. And they need it for insights, Jumia, Konga, and things like that. So what I would recommend is to locate professionals that are practicing in that field and ask them for opportunities to work with them. Another opportunity thing you can do is to intern at an organization that does that. So how do you find them? Your LinkedIn is your friend. Take them and search. You will find organizations, you find people that are professionals in this field. Offer to assist them with their work. Don't say that you are looking for work. You can either offer to say you want to volunteer with them or you want to serve as their assistant. Don't ask for money first because they may not have a vacancy that is paid. If you work for them for free, for instance, or you go and intern with them, you will be able to see what are the pathways that are available. You see how you can actually establish yourself in that field. I hope that answered your question. I think somebody's hand is raised. If not, these sessions are not meant to be very long. So they are meant to be short and sharp, because we don't want them to be very long, because we'll be publishing them on my YouTube page. So on this note, if nobody has any question again, I would like to take us to some reflections. So my reflection was, what if someone wants to change career? What's the first thing to do? I think somebody already asked the question. Say, first thing, reflect about choosing your career and determine where you want to go. Then get the necessary knowledge. Before you go and start disturbing somebody here, I want to assist you, to make effort. Go and take courses, so that you go and take courses, learn, so that when you are ready to serve somebody, you will have something to offer. You know, the person will not have to start teaching you everything. Watch YouTube videos. There are YouTube videos that provide complete tutorial about how to go about these things. Watch YouTube videos, take courses, get certifications. And once you have done this thing, align yourself with those that need your services, so that you can be able to be properly positioned. And please, whatever you do, don't keep quiet about what you're doing. As you're developing your skill, tell the world about it. If you are stuck, find somebody who's already doing what you're hoping to do and serve them. You will get opportunities to learn for free. This is the end of my presentation. All this, the recording of this video will be available on our YouTube channel, along with all the subsequent classes we'll be having. Next week, we'll be bringing, from next week on, bringing different professionals from each of these fields we talk about. They will come and talk to you. It's going to be short. Their presentation is not going to pass 20 minutes. You get a few minutes to ask questions, and we're done. So we want them to be short series that you can easily digest at a go, not something that will be long. I'm like, I'll come and watch it later. So for our upcoming training in our organization, like I said, you can download that calendar from bit.ly/PPDS brochure. Miss Councilor, please let me post this link on the WhatsApp group page so that people can get it as well. So thank you very much for joining today's class. I hope that it was worth your time. And sorry that it was short. It wasn't meant to be long. So thank you, and we'll see you again next week, Sunday. Meanwhile, look out for this video on our YouTube page later this week. Thank you, and goodbye.